going on, guys? Partly cloudy, 531. Got a couple packages, or actually just one package in the mail. And I also picked up an autograph earlier in the week at a signing here in Atlanta that I wanted to share with you guys. But before I get into that, I thought I would share my thoughts and opinions on the game last night, the National League Wild Card game against the Braves and the Cardinals. I had a lot of people asking me how I felt about that. So I thought I would just make a response here in one of my videos. But I was at the game last night. I did not participate in the throwing of beer bottles onto the field. I have a pretty good mother. She raised me a little bit better than that, but it was extremely upsetting. The call was wrong. I don't think anybody's trying to argue and say that the call was right, but I don't think that is what cost the game for the Braves. The Braves played poorly. If that's what some Braves fans want to use as an excuse for losing the game, I guess more power to them. But for me, you got to look at the big picture. The defense was terrible. We left, I don't know how many runners. I want to say it was like 12 runners on base. And we just didn't execute when we needed to. So we deserved the loss. I'm not going to blame it on Sam Holbrook and his terrible call. And going to have to move on and hope next season we can do something. But Chipper throwing that ball into right field when he was trying to make that double play is really what cost the game. Cardinals scored 3 runs that inning, and I mean that was really the big thing right there. Everyone should be talking about that, not talking about the botch call in left field, but that's kind of what everyone wants to talk about. It was crazy being there. I've been to hockey games before where people throw stuff out onto the ice, and I feel like that's kind of acceptable. That's kind of what you do. I remember going to a Thrashers game in Atlanta one time, and they were handing out mouse pads at the gate, and I'm just like, this thing's going on the ice. Like, as soon as the guy handed it to me when I walked in, I'm like, thanks, man. This thing's going to fly through the air quite nicely. But baseball games, you just don't throw stuff on the field. And it was a little bit embarrassing to see that happen, and I was all right with the initial, everyone, let's throw stuff out on the field, but the fact that people just wouldn't stop doing it, it's like, come on, people. I mean, you got your one chance. Let's give it up. Let's move on. Let's play some baseball. But that's kind of the way it goes. And I wasn't quite as mad. Like, the rage for me had happened a little bit earlier because I listened to the radio when I'm at games, and the announcers knew what was going on, but the crowd didn't know what was going on because Andrelton Simmons stayed on first base while Freddie Gonzalez came out and argued. So everyone's like, why is Freddie Gonzalez coming out and arguing? Nobody even knew that Andrelton Simmons had been called out. But I knew on the radio, so I'm already screaming and yelling and cursing, and my rage I'd calmed down a little bit. And then when Andrelton Simmons comes off first and goes back into the dugout, the crowd just instantly, everyone starts throwing shit. Like, that was their first instinct. And maybe if I had learned at the same time with the crowd, it's that whole mob mentality thing. And maybe I would have thrown something out there. I don't know, but it's over. Season's over. It's time to move on. Falcons are playing well. Just got to focus on that and not dwell on it, and not get too used to getting screwed over in the playoffs by umpires. If everybody remembers that in 1991. But anyways, I do have some mail and the autograph that I wanted to show you guys. The cards I got in the mail, I did a group break with the True 17, and I ironically got the Cardinals, and this was a break for Topps Marquee. So I got this Rogers Hornsby, numbered out of 299. This Daniel Descalso, numbered out of 400, with a nice piece of patch. And this Albert Pujols, numbered out of 10, the gold parallel from Titanic Threads. So that was pretty cool. Definitely happy with that break. And then the autograph that I got was Sid Bream. He used to play first base for the Braves back in the early 90s. He was doing a signing here. So I picked up his autograph. And there it is, with the Bible inscription. He won't sign it any other way, but that's cool. Nice piece to add to my collection. But that is all I got. I guess I'm going to go watch Georgia get their ass beat by South Carolina. So tomorrow I can watch all the Georgia fans walk around with their heads down. But that's all I got. Thanks for watching, guys.